Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Today's date's Monday, July 13th, 2026. It's 9 o'clock. Welcome, and we do have a quorum, and if you'll please rise with the pledge of allegiance followed by the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Williams, please lead us into prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have bestowed upon Mills County. Thank you for all that you have given us and continue to give us. Father, be with us as we do the business of Mills County. Guide and direct us in all our actions. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, Commissioners, number 2, review and act on minutes of June 22nd and June 30th. Go through those minutes, see if there's any corrections or changes.
I make a motion the minutes stand approved as written.
Okay, a motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the minutes. Second by Commissioner Head. In the discussion, all those in favor of approving the minutes of June 22nd, June 30th, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. Number 3, audience with individuals, Mr. Lanton Avance. Good morning, Mr. Avance. You want to come speak on to us?
Right now.
Well, you got option now. Wait till we talk about, it's about the E-bonds, I'm guessing. Okay, wait till that comes up. All right. We're moving an action item up in front of the accounts payables. Number 9, consider an act on budget amendments. It's going to be moved up before accounts payables. You got that, Shawnee? Number 9, consider an act on budget amendments and related matters is being moved up. So Commissioners, go through the budget amendments. Any questions? Motion's been made by Commissioner Head to approve the budget amendments. I'll second that motion. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the budget amendments, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. Okay, now, number 4, review and act on accounts payables.
This was a very high priced accounts payable.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dale.
You bet.
Yeah, that was a big
Thank
one.
you, Jason.
That was a big one.
I just wanted to point it out, Bill. That's all I was just. So I know we approved the budget amendment, but also on Fund 15, guys, we moved some money there. And that's still gonna we're probably gonna have to move some more, probably before the end of the year on that repairs and supplies. Because that's with you turning in yours, Robert. It's just gonna push them, yeah. So,
Yeah, we started off last Monday real good, one car and one truck.
we blew 5 last week.
And then Scott before, our baby Jake was tired the other day, the third day off, he had to try to just.
Okay, any questions or comments on the accounts payables? Motion been made by Commissioner Head to approve the accounts payables. I'll second that motion. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving accounts payable, say aye.
Uh,
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, Commissioners, consent agenda. We have the monthly county treasurer's report, quarterly county treasurer's report, quarterly investment report, MCAD monthly collection report, county/district clerk report, county tax collector, county extension report, facilities report, sheriff's office, JP, county judge of receipts, Hamilton EMS, veterans service officer, and emergency management coordinator. And as always, every department's been staying very busy.
On Tom's report, y'all see that he's been very busy with screw worms education. And then he has that big
Yes.
thing next week, so. So question, facilities report. And I don't know if you know this, Judge, so we took the landline out of the elevator.
Yes, I was
And
gonna
we
get
got
that my judge's report, but Goldsmith has got the phone installed in the elevator.
But it's a cell phone.
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
So. Goldsmith had been, well, we sent the work order about a month ago. It took a while to get them done, but I've been told it is working. And we sent in the, report to the state regarding the elevator. So all that's been sent. And Ed, I'm correct on that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then do you know the damage of the doors at the EMS building?
Well, I was gonna get that in my report too, but I'll go ahead and tell you right now, so on July the 6th, we had a strong wind come through. Cowboy Love had some damage and the Hamilton EMS, or our EMS building where Hamilton EMS is, the northwestern bay door got kind of wrinkled up a little bit.
It got sucked out.
You got some
Blown out.
blowed out a little bit. So I went out there and was able to get it behind the pipe. And we contact Overhead Doors. They're supposed to be here sometime this week, supposed to be here Wednesday. And I don't know what it's gonna run. I have no idea. Our deductible is $10,000. I don't know if it's gonna be under that or not, but it did buckle the door pretty good.
Okay, I just hadn't heard. That's why I saw that on that report.
Yes.
That was all of my questions.
Okay. Anything else on consent agenda, Commissioners?
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agendas.
Okay, motion been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the consent agenda. Second by Commissioner Sullivan. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. Okay, we're moving to our action agenda, and first thing we're gonna move up, sorry, Shawnee, we're moving some things around today. We're gonna recognize Mr. Jed Guerin, Service to Mills County. Related matters, I know, Ms. Guerin, we welcome you here today. I'll just make some comments real quick. Jed was great to work with. He was a 3-term commissioner. He was also on the Mills County Appraisal Board, very civic minded. Stock Show, did tons of work with the Stock Show, and he was a great service to Mills County. Commissioner Portman, I know you got some comments.
Yeah, I've known Jed and Mary Ann, I guess ever since they moved here close. And an honor to be a friend of his and a colleague. He will be greatly missed in Mills County. And just really wanted to honor him for his years of service to Mills County. So had him a plaque made up, that's what everybody else.
Do you want to present this to Ms. Guerin? All of us go up front here?
Yeah,
We can. Yeah.
Okay.
It says in honor of the legacy of service, Jed Guerin, for years of dedication and friendship extended to the people and employees of Mills County. Got a picture of a maintainer, of course. Thanks, Jed and Mary Ann Guerin. So we appreciate y'all.
and I want to say a few words that Mary Ann especially, I mean, we're so sorry for your loss, and Jed was right there to help me throughout, taught me a lot and introduced me and showed me how to do things. And so he'll be honored, truly missed. And talked to him pretty regularly, and he called me and still was telling me what I need to do and what I was doing wrong up till the last minute. So, but his friendship will be truly, truly missed. So, and I guess at this time, if you don't mind coming forward, we're gonna give you this.
Yeah, well, Commissioners go in front, we'll get a picture. Everybody. Here, gonna come up. Matt, you want to- Next. Bad, lay down. Right, Ms. Aaron, tough deal, you know, appreciate all your service. And your service too, being working, you know, working with the pastor, you need a lot.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, thanks,
Reports.
well, glad to.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we've also, Ms. Shawnee, gonna move another item up. There's a number 14 says, consider an act on application for subdivision variance and related matter. So, today we're lucky to have Mr. former city manager of numerous places, Bobby Roundtree, and former county attorney Gerald Hale come up and discuss the subdivision variance. It's in your package, there's a plat and everything that shows all this. And I want to welcome two esteemed visitors today. Gentlemen, go ahead, Mr. Hale.
I'll kick it off. This is just another one of these, variants that we're requesting. Technically, and I'll let Mr. Roundtree speak for himself. It's out here in the plains where Buddy and Betty used to live at our house. He's changing the boundary lines and doing some stuff. Technically, it fits the definition of subdivision, or subdivision regulations. I don't think you have any intention of being subdivided around your house. But anyway, we're asking the court for variance. He's cutting off 5 acres and sell the house. So technically, it's a subdivision. So we're asking for the subdivision variance so that we don't have to file a call subdivision.
Okay.
We'll get her to look around.
Mr. Roundtree, go ahead.
I guess if I wants to make a subdivision, want to talk about it again and make it go harder.
I don't know.
Well, you know, we got 3 members of that committee here.
I said it earlier, when this commission court approved that subdivision ordinance, I was very much supportive. And my opinion has not changed. You know, you need to continue to enforce the ordinance as best you can for, I think, for the best of the community and for the county, the residents of the county. And I just request that you approve the variance so I can go ahead and sell the house.
Okay. Okay, commissioners, any questions for these two gentlemen?
Do not have any.
Not hearing none, I'll make a motion, we approve the subdivision variance,
Second.
for this, on this matter. I made a motion, Commissioner Williams seconded, in the discussion. All those, and of course, you got your $200 application.
He's paid his $200 application.
All right, that's main.
He said he wasn't showing us.
So he has paid the $200 fee, okay. I made the motions, second by Commissioner Williams, and, no other discussion. All those in favor of approving the application for subdivision variance, say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Congratulations, Mr. Roundtree.
It's place to sign approval on that.
Yes,
Sign.
when I, can we finish and, get down to?
Yeah, I just want to get that done.
Yes, yeah, I'll make sure it gets signed, but if we, I'll do that if we finish it for.
May we be excused?
Yes, sir, you did, you sure can. Have a good day. Okay, Shawnee, I think we've confused everyone enough now, so moving things around, we're gonna get back on the order. So number 5, discussion of, sheriff's office monthly report. Sheriff, good morning.
Morning, yes.
We're jumping around here, there, everywhere, but you're on next, sir. You've got several things.
As usual, always appreciate the opportunity to come up and talk to the court, especially when it comes to all the good work that the sheriff's office does out there. And you have it in your paperwork there, and you see what we're doing. You see that June was a busy month for us. The number of calls increased substantially, the amount of civil process that was served increased substantially. You see down there on the bottom there, our county housing is holding about the same. I will tell you up front that we are creating some initiatives to improve that total as well. I can see the number of citations issued down there, that's standing about the same as well. So lots of great work by those men and women at the sheriff's office. I'm very proud of them. They work hard from those counties. Judge, if you're ready to move on, we'll move to our next.
Sure, okay, I got number 6, and I don't know if you need Miss Amanda to come up. I know what you may in a little bit. but
Actually, let's look at,
Number 6,
before we get started there, let's look at number 6, that fee schedule.
yeah, okay, number 6 is, let me read it to the out loud for everybody on YouTube that might be listening to this. Number 6 is consider an act on approving the 2026 sheriff's and constable's fee schedule and related matters, which we do this every year. Go ahead, Sheriff.
So not any of those have changed. They're the same thing that you saw last year, so all of those required fees that we have for the things that we do at the sheriff's office out there has remained the same.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions on these fees?
I make a motion, we approve the 2026 sheriff's constables fees and schedules.
Okay, motion been made by Commissioner Williams, approve the fee schedule, second by Commissioner Head. All those in favor of approving the 2026 sheriff and constable's fee schedule, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. Okay, Sheriff, number 7 says, consider an act on RFP for commissary services at Mills County Jail and related matters.
Yes, Judge, I'll go ahead and get my bill administrator. Should y'all have any questions that I don't have answers to,
Good morning, Mr. Jail Administrator.
Amanda certainly will. She's been exposed to this before in the past. So as you see there, you should have in your paperwork, that's an RFP that we're required to put out by law for the commissary contract that happens every 5 years at the jail. So this is just one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's every 5 years.
Every 5 years, that we're required to now go out again and look and see if there's a commissary company that can do a better job than the one that we have. So that's what we're up against. When we put that RFP out, that will be something that we'll be receiving proposals on for the commissary and the jail. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to read through that, but there are some things changing in commissary a little bit. Y'all probably want to know a little bit about. So in the past, there's not ever been a tablet program in the commissary back there. That's a new plan for this commissary round. So they'll actually have tablets in the jail back there that, as well as providing many advantageous things for those that we house, it also add the benefit to the commissary fund. And when we think of commissary fund, one of the things important about that commissary fund is this is fees that the jail is allowed to garner on these specific things that we offer, which alleviates the amount of money that the taxpayer is responsible for in running the jail. So there are specific things that we can use that commissary fund for in housing prisoners. So any place that we can look to improve that, improve the standard in which those folks are housed, improve the standard in which they're taken care of, and we always seek to do that. And at the same time, if it benefits Mills County constituents, taxpayers, and the jail program, we seek to do that.
So is the tablet something you want to do, or is that just part of it?
Absolutely.
Well, you've already been doing it, correct?
We have not. So the
Okay.
tablet program will be new with the next commissary company that comes. So it's something that's been on our doorstep. We knew that we were up against this new commissary.
What's the benefits of the tablets?
So with the tablets, we're able to keep our law library open. The commissary companies generally provide that free to our inmates. So one, that covers that, we're not buying the new law library books every time something changes. Two, it also opens up that they are able to have a online library. So they're not tearing up our books and then us relying on donations to keep a library, because we're required by or by jail standards to have that library. It also opens up to have education. Being that we sit where we're at, it's hard for us to get AA, it's hard for us to get child parenting classes and stuff like that. A lot of the commissary companies have that on those tablets. That way that they can meet those requirements that they're supposed to have. And it doesn't require us to pull them out of the cell to go take an anger management class at a computer up front in the attorney room. And so those tablets allows them to do it in their cell, secured away, and meet all the requirements that we need to on jail standards.
And so items on this tablet, they'll have to, except for the law library probably, but if we'll like some of that stuff, movies and stuff like that, that's on the tablet, they have to purchase those.
They have to pay for that.
That's what I was-
where this fees come in.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, each month you said the family or whoever will put in X amount of dollars that you'll only have to mess with too. So through a
Yes.
separate account, so they may put in whatever, $50 a month or something. That way it gives them all the choices for different types of commissary stuff.
That's
And
correct.
those things are easy to throw across the room. So how does that work
So
when they're damaged?
they're generally fairly small, probably about the size of a large phone. Those come in a specialized case that keeps them from being able to bust them. If they bust them or break them, we are able to then charge that inmate that fee to fix that.
How are they gonna pay that?
Oh, sorry.
No, the inmate.
It'll just go on their account.
They may stand on pitch in.
So if we have a judgment against an inmate and the family member puts money on that inmate book, we are able to take a portion of that to pay off of any damage or anything that they owe to the jail.
If they destroy one, can you not say you're not using it anymore?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we can take it away from them. If they have tampered with it, destroyed it, they can have those taken away.
And the company that we've always been with, is there a change of company or?
No, it
is
just says,
out
he
for
said-
RFPs?
He said every year every 5 years, they've
Yeah.
got to go up for a new
We'll look
RFP.
at it. Whoever proposes, right, whoever sends in a proposal would be required to evaluate it and see if they work better or worse than what we're currently with, right? So when we think of a tablet, that is something that all the commissary companies are doing. Commissary companies own those. That's not an item that Mills County purchases or the jail purchases. So the repercussions are more in line with destruction of someone else's property. When we also think of that tablet, the commissary companies have developed a plan where all of that can be managed through the commissary company. So in other words, it's not going to be a burden on our staff about whether they get a tablet or don't get a tablet. That's something that exists in the jail. They'll provide the provisions for paying for that tablet through the commissary company. Anything that happens on that tablet will be done through the commissary company. So we won't have jail staff back there, hey, I want a tablet.
Yeah,
And have to
That's
do
what I
things
was
like
scared
that.
gonna
So
happen.
that was one of the very important things that, as we approach this, as Amanda and I look at this, one of the very important things that we discussed, is it going to be a burden on our staff? And the commissary, certainly will have to look at those proposals. We do know that most of the commissary companies are very well aware of that in any circumstance like this, whatever jail it is not looking to burden their staff. They provide this in a manner that it doesn't do.
And Sheriff, I will, for the public, say the issue date, if it's approved, is today, July 13th. The proposals are due August 14th at 10 a.m. So.
so
But my wife would just sit in the jail with board.
Well, when we think of it, anytime you have a population in your jail that you can provide needs of occupying their time other than what this happens to do on the TV. We know years ago, that was one channel that's changed a little bit. But if we have these kinds of things where they can read whatever they want to read or watch whatever they want to watch, or in some circumstances, even communication with family and things of that matter
Oh,
take place in these tablets as well, so.
I didn't realize they were allowed to do that, video wise.
It is all governed very strictly, so in other words, all of that is looked at, what kind of content goes back and forth across that tablet. Illicit content cannot. So it's like the provisions you would put on your child's phone or something of that nature.
But who does that? The commissary
Company
company?
does all of that as well, yes.
And Sheriff and Amanda, I did reach out to Sam Goldsmith, and he did say they'd like to, whoever wins this bid, just visit with them.
Oh,
Make sure-
absolutely.
Yeah, make sure everything's okay with what they're doing
Absolutely.
on the firewall and everything. So,
Yes.
So Sheriff, to seeing that the timeline here and following that timeline, do you expect this to be a lot higher? I mean, since we're in the budget talks right now, to make sure this is covered in the budget, or do you expect it to be pretty close to the same?
I don't expect the county is going to give out anything on the commissary. That's not.
it's all self-funding, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, this-
just
this
making
doesn't
sure.
cost the county anything.
So any additionals that we choose to add can come through the commissary profit account.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's for the inmates.
But the jail or the sheriff's department gets a portion. Like e-cigarettes, I know they used to be a big seller.
Anything associated with commissary is set up in a manner that it does generate revenue, it absolutely does. Now, like I mentioned a while ago, there are specific parameters for the expenditure of that revenue. And any expenditure associated with that revenue has to be in a manner for the improvement of those that were out in the back.
But the commissary companies themselves work off of the commission,
Yes,
so
sir.
to speak.
Yeah, so it is. Yes, all of that they provide does come from a commission from providing the commissary. Yes.
And, County Attorney Malone, I know you've read through this RFP, and everything looks good to you, correct?
I think so, I made a few little comments.
Yes. Okay. Well, I think we've done our due diligence, Sheriff. Oh,
Well, we'll look to see what those bids are when they come in, what those proposals are. I shouldn't call them bids because they're not proposals. They'll certainly be open in court. We'll have a board that will look at those proposals so they can give some input on which commissary company is going to be most advantageous for those.
okay, Commissioners, any other questions? I'll make a motion, we approve you have a question?
Yeah, does
Okay,
that, do y'all do that or does that come back to us?
The Commissioner's Court will open them. Like I said,
Okay.
we will put a board together to evaluate those. We will come back again. So here's the board's recommendations. And then y'all can certainly have whatever input you might have had.
okay, anything else? Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the RFP for commissary services at Mills County Jail. I made a motion, second by Commissioner Sullivan. Any other questions? All those in favor of approving the RFP for the commissary services, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. Okay, we're gonna shift to the E-bonds discussion, and we got Mr. Avance. You wanna come up here, Mr. Avance, on this E-bonds deal, and speak to the sheriff, you wanna have a seat or whatever for a second, and
Okay.
we'll give Mr. Avance, good morning, Mr. Avance. How are you today? Well, we're good. Glad you're here. You want to discuss about the proposed E-bond agreement?
Order, there's one bill on the break. He wanted me to come and find out what the cost is gonna be for all of this, for the bail bondsman as well as the county. How it will work, how we download the software, whether we purchase, we have to make there. And also, a lot of our, bail bonds people, they're out of town. And that might be, advantageous to them. But for me, I live 5 minutes away from the jail, so
Sure.
it's not really, I always have my bail bond stuff with me. So it's not really a big thing for me to do.
Sure.
The E-bonds. And, a lot of times we meet with families, they come in from out of town, they have cash. Wonder how that's gonna take place, credit cards, I can understand, but cash, a lot of it is cash. And a lot of our people don't come and see who shows up to their court performance and stuff like that. I do, and I kind of like to know who I'm dealing with, on a basis. You can tell a lot from meeting with the people and also, their families. And just kind of wanted to, have that explained to us how that would all work.
And all good questions, and, excuse me for interrupting you, have anything else, Mr. Evans, yeah, I've had numerous meetings with these folks, we're gonna start discussing that now, so we appreciate your comments. All right, thank you, Mr. Evans. Okay, Sheriff, I'll call you and Miss Amanda back up now. So, we've had several meetings, let the Commissioner Court know what's going on. Y'all called me out last week for a meeting. Treasurer Campbell was there. I got there for about 10 minutes and I forgot I had another meeting I had to rush back to. But we did visit for probably an hour in my office last week and went over a lot of the issues and some things that Mr. Evans brought up. So if you'll start off and I'll chime in and get anything.
Well, let's start off by saying that E-bond process that we're talking about will absolutely change anything in reference to paper bonds. So in other words, E-bonds is an addition to, so it is quite advantageous for all the parties involved. It's advantageous for the bond company, it absolutely is. It's advantageous for the county. It's advantageous for those folks that are in jail. So when we think of E-bond process, it's advantageous to everyone.
And the hard copy, like I go in, or I don't do as much as our JP Kim Evans does. They'll still be going in and doing the same process, the JP and or me. The savings is going to be when it goes back to Miss Amanda, having to do all these other copies previously. It's been my understanding, right? You had to make like 6, 7 copies, whereas now you can do everything online. So if this is approved.
Yes, on the bond side, what we're doing is adding an option for them to be able to use a debit card to bond out through a secure manner. Because as it sits, if you come into jail and your bond is $1,000 and you have that money in your bank account, you cannot post your own bond. You have to have somebody that you trust to come down, get your card, go get that money, then post that cash back at the jail. This is opening it up to where people can bond out on their own money. It's not taking away any bondsman's ability to come in with a paper bond, meet with families. It's not taking any of that away. It's opening it up to where those that want to post a cash bond can post their own cash bond.
It's just another option.
It's just another option.
How does this affect the clerk's office, if you don't mind, Sonia?
I was not at the meeting that happened. I do have his contact information, so what we are concerned about is just our hardest part is to get paperwork from the jail when someone is arrested out of county. So this isn't going to address it, but it's going to stop the issue of whoever coming over with $10,000 in cash. I don't really like it when I have $10,000 in cash in my drawer. We make those deposits as soon as they hit. So I am 100% for this, whatever they can do to streamline theirs. The clerk's office will still get original paperwork on any paper bonds, just as we get original paperwork on any magistrate. So our processes aren't going to change except for we will have access to see that someone put cash in an account and it will capture the information we need so that when they come to court and you release their cash bond, we know who the money goes back to, we have their address, we have all that information. So I'm all for streamlining, and if it keeps us from walking around with cash, I'm very happy with that. We just still need the original documents, and they have a way for that to happen, so we're good.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Mr. Evans, you work for a bail bondsman. That's actually for people, you furnish their bail money, right? This is for people that have their money. So it's still, you're not ever gonna eliminate you.
Bond is, we cover risks, because they do not show up right now, it's allowed for. But, like I say, it's just, I just wanted to still be mandatory, optional. Like I said, I literally rather locally, it's easy for me to go to jail. For me to go out there, get all the information I need.
or not have control. Again, lawyer, and
Okay, E-bonds would be optional, it would not be mandatory. We're not taking any of the bonding options that are on the table now off. The bonding companies would have the choice, if they didn't want to drive from wherever, to come post a bond, to use the online service where they post it online, just like a family member would. We give the E-bond the list of who we approve to bond in our agency. They set those up, so they log into the account. They pay the fee to post the bond, which on there is going to be the 15 or 30 for the county. And then there's a $12 fee for the bonding company to use the online service. Those are separated out because we get the 30, the $12 fee goes to E-bonds. But it's not mandatory. It would be optional.
Amanda, is this a new company or is this a new thing or is there, I mean,
when you,
just didn't want to start off with somebody's brand spanking new in this,
they
so.
are the only ones that are doing this. This started for many, going.
This started in Smith County. Smith County was not having the ability to post debit card bonds within their jail. They wanted to open that up to where they could post those debit card bonds in the jail. So they created this system. They then sold this system to technically Motorola, Genesis, and they've taken it over and expanded it for more jails. That is where it developed, was within Smith County Jail.
And then they have to be certified by the state to do all this and stuff like that too. I
Think
mean,
about this company, E-bonds, now it's operating in Louisiana, Arkansas, and Colorado. One of the interesting things as we looked into this is Colorado now requires everything to be electronic,
yeah.
simply because of the electronic record that it creates. So the only thing, one of the things that we're doing here is moving forward with an electronic process, because we also know at the time that the legislature spent the bonds in the last legislative session. So to see that being a requirement for Texas instead of feasible, so we're just stepping in the door, getting this process going in Mills County, so we're familiar with it and have the ability to do that. So should Texas decide to do the same thing, then we'll not be struggling to catch up with what the new requirement is. So at this point, like Amanda said several times, this is just another option, is all it is. The things it's going to create for us on our side is the ability to now move paperwork around electronically, and as you well know, it doesn't have to sit on a desk anymore, but someone can move that by a person. So a lot of those advantages when we think of, and you know what those are, each one of you put the link and get the paperwork that you need. Not only that, all of that is housed for 3 additional years. When we have to look back in whatever manner, Amanda has to do that from time to time. She has to look back and see what bond for this offense, who bonded that one, and if you have one that has several offenses or been in jail several times, that creates quite a circumstance. So,
Well, that's where there's a lot of legwork, right? Looking for someone that's got different bonds out. Been in jail numerous times, numerous places, right?
so. And so when you look at it, the clerk's office has the ability to look at it also too, correct? Does the judges and the district judges and all that have that ability to look that up, or did they just call y'all to find out if that's? Okay. And if y'all didn't notice, there's a termination on here, so it's a very short
There's
termination.
no fee forever, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we can drop out of this program if we want, so it's not a,
It's not like we're hooked up into.
yeah, it's, so it's just a short term there, so that's if it becomes an issue.
You said something about 12 days for people out of town. So they bond, or someone have more power.
It's one fee.
One day.
Okay, commissioners, any other questions or anything?
I have none.
I don't,
Make life a little easier, but
there's,
Lots.
there's something I'm gonna pitch out there, now, and it's not pertaining to this. It's pertaining to all of your AI stuff that's going on. Everybody is starting to really fight these AI centers across the state of Texas. What we're doing is enabling the AI centers, because you're gonna have to them to process all of this AI stuff. They're gonna have to go somewhere. And now that don't make any sense, but everything we add technologically increases the amount of AI centers that are gonna have to be built. And Texas has been targeted for AI centers. So the more, just keep in mind, the more of this stuff that we do, the more you're gonna increase what you're gonna have to do for AI.
Well, this may not be something
That's why
AI based, I think this
It's
is
all
contract
AI.
software.
I know, but it's all AI based.
There could be some AI in the development part of it. So, I mean, I understand what you're going there.
You can't accept it on one side and fight it on the other.
One question, what's the key bond from the state of Texas, one bond somebody out of here?
They have to be approved, they have to be on the approvals.
But this is what my boss was telling me, that he goes to a lot of meetings with bonds, and they got a problem with, people posting fake bonds. And also, if they're not approved in the county, and they say, well, you know, if you don't approve this is bond first down, they're from Houston or wherever, and they work with them before. So we'll just follow suit, what's to stop that?
The jailer that is working is still going to be looking at that bond, making sure that that bond is coming from an approved bond company on our list. We still have that final say.
Yeah, I mean, it's something like from Boston or the future, want to get on our list, we're not going to approve it for that.
We're still going to manage our list as we do today.
Same people.
Same people.
Okay, you have questions?
so it's a select group of people that does the bonds.
They submit all of their paperwork, their financials and stuff like that, so that we can verify that they are a good standing bond company before we allow bonds. Another thing that this is gonna help me in the long run is we track how much somebody has out on bond. And this is gonna allow me to be able to see at a glance that bonding company A has X amount on bond right now. Are they pushing their limit of what they're financially allowed to do?
Oh. So in other words, if someone doesn't show up for it, they're gonna be able to upfront the money like they're required to do by law. Okay. But there again, E-bonds does not change anything in the way that process works. All it does is add an electronic component to that. Okay, that's all it does. A much more proficient electronic component. As we well know, anything that we're doing, the world is moving that way. In many circumstances, it makes our life easier. Each one of us, whether it be the sheriff's office or whoever.
Okay, commissioners, any other questions?
No, it just increases. It also makes it easier, but it increases the responsibility of the county financially. Every time we add some more technological stuff, it increases the cost. I have seen it hugely since I started here. We didn't even have an AI company when I started 5.5 years.
IT company, yeah.
IT company.
And I did check with Sam Goldsmith. He knew about this E-bonds working with the counties, and he said really probably nothing you needed to do at all with their company.
We didn't just look at this and say, let's run the commissioner's court talking about E-bonds. We checked with numerous other agencies to see how they were getting along with that. And each one of them, right, that's what we did. Brown County's using it, Corio County's using it. There's several rounds, and like I said, not only in Texas, we're doing this, but many other states are doing this well. That gentleman who proposed this program, talking about all the states that are using this. It's advantageous.
And I know, County Attorney Malone, you've looked at this contract too, proposed contract.
Yes, again, just a few, minor comments.
Okay, good deal. Okay, commissioners, any other questions? I'll make a motion.
I make a motion that, we approve the Genesis E-Bond Master Service Agreement, contract that is presented to the court.
Okay. Commissioner Williams made a motion to approve the E-bond contract, followed by a second by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the E-bond contract, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. And Sheriff, I think that's all we got for you. You hit the line up pretty good, Dave.
Gentlemen, I appreciate it this morning, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And, Mr. Adams and Chris Owens, Bill Bonds, thank y'all for coming. I mean, we want to make sure we do the right thing and appreciate y'all's comments. Come here and talk to us. Okay, number 10, consider an act on liability insurance. So commissioners, if you look at somewhere in your package, we have a lot of information in our package. Texas Association County, Mr. Ernesto Galindo came in the office last week, and he also visited with Treasurer Campbell. And he said, why do we have such high limits of liability insurance coverage on our auto and physical damage general liability? Due to tort reforms in Texas, the most he said we needed was 100, 300, 100. These are hundreds of thousands of dollars. And of course, I responded by saying, I don't know. So I did some research. I also consulted with Commissioner Williams. Commissioner Williams, you can comment here in a minute when I get finished. So I contacted, the question was, why do we have such high limits? Because all these other counties do not have these high limits. So I started off, reached out to Commissioner Williams. I contacted, former Judge Kirk Polk. And he said, back in 2010 or 2011, they got these high limits because they have a lot of construction projects going on with the Senior Citizen Center, I think finishing up the courthouse and whatnot. I also contacted Warren Blesch, who was doing, he's a brokerage for insurance companies to do all y'all's insurance back in the day, Commissioner Williams.
Yeah.
And then in 2011, TAC came into the picture. 2011, TAC came in, and I'm guessing they just went ahead and assumed the existing limits of liability, which was $1 million. So commissioners, in your package, you got the savings. If we do 100, 300, 100, and save about $2,124 a year. So Commissioner Williams, take it from there. Have I missed anything or?
I don't know. TAC is the one that took us in and put us in this years ago. So
Yes.
it's funny that they're coming back now and saying, no, you don't need that much. When did the tort reform come in? Did you find out
I don't
that?
know when the tort limits were created. Bill, do you know anything about tort limits?
Well, the court reform was a big deal back in the eighties and nineties.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I'm not sure the exact date. I do know he also went into Treasurer Campbell's office and heard the same thing he told me. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I know what they did. You're right. In the late eighties and early nineties, I remember they had a lot of limits were changing back then, but I don't have exact dates. So, and again, according to Mr. Glendale, he said every county he has, which is a lot of counties, has 100, 300, 100 limits. So I would recommend we go back to that, unless y'all see something different, save the county 2,000 something dollars.
I'm kind of wondering the same thing, Jason's wondering, we've been with them for what?
Since 2018.
Since 2018. Why is it different now?
Well, I mean, he just brought it to our attention. I don't know.
I mean, they've accepted it
Every year.
up until now,
Yes.
and it was $1 million.
It's $1 million. Yes.
So in my recollections is that Warren Blesch come in and he did the transfer for us and got it to equal in whatever we were doing
Uh-huh.
and got TAC, and he was our middle person
Okay.
that did all that because his insurance company was going away or something, or he was leaving and all that other stuff.
Uh-huh.
And we did put out for coverage request back then, Judge Falk did, and this is, and TAC was the best one at that time for
Which
that same coverage.
I still think it's great working with tax still.
So,
I think it's good working with them. And, Commissioner Ford, I don't know why it hadn't been brought up before. I don't know the answer. So,
But they're actually saying legally, that's all that anybody can sue for.
yes, that's the limits. That's the maximum.
In
And we
modern day standard, that don't seem to be a lot of money.
Well, again, it's tort limits and we got excess coverage that according to Mr. Glendo and also talked to Sophia Maldonado, I believe is her name, said the same thing. I talked to two different people. So we have excess coverage. And we can maintain it, we can keep it as is. Whatever the court wants to do.
Well, the 100, 300, 100, is that 500,000? Or is that,
Well, it's 100 for bodily injury, 300,000 would be for total occurrence. And the last one is for property damage, the $100,000.
so you're saying that that's all you're gonna pay if somebody.
$500,000? Half of that.
It's
Right.
half of that, yes.
And again, it's not much more for the million and we can sure keep it, it's just whatever the court wants to do. I'm just trying to give you all the information of what I know is happening. Okay, any comments down there?
They never have any comments on that, so.
So,
No, I mean. Now, we're at for all these years and all of a sudden.
well, and again, he sprung it on me, he said, when do I have this? And again, like I said, I don't know. Yeah. But we can sure, if there's any questions, whatnot, I'm sure keep it as is, whatever you want to do. It's not that much percentage wise what we pay in the whole
And
policy.
so this coverage goes out in October, correct?
I believe that's when it starts again, yes, sir.
So, and we're doing it now just for budget reasons? Is that why we're doing it
Yeah.
right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know, I wouldn't over insure if you can't collect anymore. But,
That's
but it just seems weird, but,
Yes. Just kind of letting us know.
yeah.
I don't know if they just caught it or what. So I don't know the answer to that.
It's a new guy, so.
But Mr. Glendo has been with us for a good while. I talk to him every year and this was the treasurer too. Any other questions or anything, or? I mean, we, like I said, we got two options, leave it at 1 million or go to the 100, 300, 100. Have a little savings. You having feelings on that either way?
I make a motion that we go with the new updated plan that limits the liability to 1, 3, and 1.
Okay. Motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to go with the lower limits, which is the tort limits of 100, 300, 100. And I'll second that motion in the discussion. All those in favor of approving the new limits of liability at 100, 300, 100, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on to number 12, consider an act on approving the tax cybersecurity / AI course enrollment form. Related matters, Commissioner Parr, this is our AI now. We used to do cybersecurity, now we've got AI included. So, I don't know if there's too much discussion. Do I have any questions about this? We have to get this approved in court and then, through the HR department, they will contact everybody and get their needed AI done, Sheriff. So, here are no questions. I'll make a motion to approve the cybersecurity AI course enrollment. And a second by Commissioner Head. Yes. All those in favor of approving the tax cybersecurity AI course enrollment, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 13. Number 13, consider an act on extra excavation and supplemental pay for Myers Concrete regarding County Road 189. Commissioner Parton, this is yours, sir.
Are you, Mr.? Yeah. We supposedly, and we're supposed to meet out there after we get through here.
If you can, you may be swimming out there.
I don't think so. The 18 to 1900 cubic yards, and I've talked to the engineer, evidently was just the area where the box car and the 12-foot deception down. I don't really know. I know how you figure cubic yardage, but I don't know how we would figure the cubic yardage because what it was gonna be, and we've got one of those, is just bluffs. Because you can't go 12 foot deep and not have a straight cutoff. That's not acceptable in any form or fashion. You're just creating a funnel for your water if you do something like that. So I didn't realize until Chase contacted me the other day and the work had already been done. We were back sloping, which to me is not a total excavation. We're gonna meet out there and talk about it. I don't know how we get the cubic yards on an angle. But we've still got some meeting to do. In the accounts payable, there was the 219,000, whatever,
Correct.
the original bid. The Myers Concrete is saying we have about another $48,000 worth of work that has been done. There still needs to be some more work done. But, in my budget, it's not gonna be there. So we may have to let them finish their road work. Settle up with them. We're gonna meet, I guess, after Commissioners Court. And go out there and look and see if we can. We've hauled off 550 cubic yards of their material. And there's still some material behind the pile of black dirt that we could use, so. I guess gonna try to redneck it, gonna try to go out there and see. If we can make some type of concessions for what we hauled off, because we were just trying to help. Keep the stuff out there, we're very limited in the area where we can pile stuff down there. And then the fact that there's still some dirt behind there. And some rock, not much, because after they got their creekway prepared to do their concrete work. We got a 5.5 inch rain a couple of weeks ago that just washed everything out. So a lot of the big rock had to go back in the bottom to redo the creek work. But, we're gonna meet out there, so I really don't have anything, other than let me and Chase meet and, we'll bring back whatever we end up with on the other deal at the next meeting.
So you'll have an invoice or amount,
Yeah,
and we'll have plenty of Commissioner Court meetings here,
well, it should be the last one of this month, which will be
okay.
2 weeks from now.
So,
And we hadn't had a chance to get out there, but, one way or the other, we've still got some work and they still got their road grade to finish out.
Right, we, as it stands right now, we probably have about another 3 yards to get those, I think the people up on the south side that we have to lay back about 100 yards there, and then the balance of the material to haul off, and then we'll be done. But yeah, the bulk of that, it's all been removed.
Yeah.
Whether it's a stockpile on site or down the road or whatever, but the majority of the excavation is done, it just still has to get hauled off.
so we are saying that there will be another bill. That's what you're saying.
There will be an
Okay.
additional bill. We're
And-
just gonna meet out there and try to see if we can do a little
Horse trading.
horse trading somehow.
Okay.
But I'll have, right now, I think the figures he gave me was another 48,000 or something like
Yeah,
that, but
we have cut an additional 700 over the 1900. And we, like I said, we still have another 100. Okay, so the total about 800 yards, which is based on that unit price that we give y'all on the proposal, was another $6 a cubic yard, so that's what that $48.
So
Yeah,
Judge, I think what we need to do is we need to look at where this is going to come out of.
Okay.
In this year's budget. We need to do some studying on. Because your account doesn't have it. If I'm looking at it correct right now, if this is correct.
I don't know.
And then Road and Bridge Special doesn't have it, so. Yeah, you don't, it doesn't show you have it.
What are you looking at?
Budget analysis that was given to us to court today, so, or last week from the
Road material?
road material. It says you got negative,
That's not right.
it says you got negative 18,000.
I don't know where that's coming from.
So, and then, you might have some in equipment. Cause you got some of that stuff sold or whatever, but,
No, I'll have to talk Summer, cause that's not right.
but,
Okay, so,
but anyway, I think
Yeah,
that's
sure,
where
Greg.
we need, if in 2 weeks, we need to do some research and
sure,
we may have to just do a budget amendment
sure.
on that, Judge, and so.
So no action will be taken today, correct, Commissioner?
No. And so you're just informing the court, correct?
Yeah, basically. I
Okay.
mean, the excavation was already worked before we knew that there was a extensive,
Okay.
overrun of material.
Well, I want to say something though. I went down and looked at it last week, the cement, when they were pouring cement, and it looks very well,
No good.
very well done,
I'll say this.
very
thing,
professional. So,
One thing, those guys that been here, they got here June the 1st. Other than two massive rain spells that shouldn't have happened this time of the year. These guys have really busted their butts out there. It's appreciated. And they've done a good job.
Too bad the bridge can't be built as fast as this.
yeah, too bad they can't build bridges as
I
fast.
don't wanna
as
go to work for, no.
No, that's.
And you're-
that would slow them down, man.
So just kudos, I mean, in that conversation, I mean,
Yeah, like hearing good reports, and you're from Wembley, right? You're coming, and I'm sorry, your name, I talked to you on the phone. Well,
Case.
Chase, well, thank you for coming and thanks for looking after Mills County and doing such a good job, okay? And keep that pencil sharp, okay?
No, it needs to be dull, it needs to be dull.
Okay,
That's a very impressive project.
I've got pictures of it. It's way bigger than what I expected, but then when I got to think about it this weekend, well, sure it is. It was engineering,
Yeah.
you know, so what might work, they're gonna make sure does work. Because right now there's 3 3-foot 10 horns in it. And the area that's concreted, if it ever went 8 foot over that, you would be rolling a massive amount of water.
And, you know, so, and we know, I mean, from me looking at it and talking to Dale when I was out there, we still got
Oh, we got
easement work, we got
fences put
fence
back
work,
in.
we got lots of other
Yeah.
stuff that we still got to do. So this is not like,
It's not finished.
It's not
They're
finished.
just, they're-
I'll try to come out this week sometime. I haven't been out there in a few weeks.
you ought to go look at it, Judge. It's very impressive. You could burn
Yeah.
rubber on it and be the first one to burn rubber.
So no action taken, correct, on number
13.
13. Okay, anything else, Commissioner Barton, on that? Moving on, we've already done 14. So now we're at number 15, consider and act on burn ban and related matters. Mr. David Shaw, you probably about gone to sleep, all this other stuff we're doing. And Miss Brittany Hammond with Tatum. I have contacted the 4 fire chiefs, and as y'all have all heard, we've had a few fires here and there. And yes, we're getting some scattered rain today, 2 or 3 inches up around, well, Mullen or pretty, but very scattered. And we do this, have this thing called middle of July and August. But anyway, the 4 fire chiefs I've talked to all were not hesitant at all. They all wanted the burn ban put back on. So Mr. Shaw or Brittany, do I have anything need to add or anything?
It's-
I'm gonna let
Nobody wants to say anything with rain in the forecast all week.
And what counties may I ask, Sincetta, have a burn ban on right now,
And Brownwood does.
Brownwood does. Uh-huh. But anyway, all four fire chiefs were in agreement.
Well, that's pretty, quite a few fires here lately.
Well, last week when they had that one and it was raining, it started that one in Pretty during the rain and it,
But a burn ban's not gonna
I
prevent that.
understand that. It's
I
not
think
gonna,
that's lightning strike.
the ones out at Star, I think were the burn piles that,
One at the very back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very good.
that one, you had one
One in
over by the cemetery and over by, yeah,
Low Adams or somewhere.
yeah.
They're terrible. And plus, we've had numerous, just which happens, hay balers catching on fire and doing hay. That's not that time of year.
you're not gonna stop that. Yeah.
Commissioners, I'll make a motion. We go ahead and reinstate the burn ban. Second. I made a motion, second by Commissioner Head. Any other comments? All those in favor of putting the burn ban back on as of today, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
I don't look like a rocket scientist.
I'm,
Oh, lie, we got 3 inches of rain last night.
Okay. Okay, that was a unanimous vote, Johnny, for the burn ban to be put back on.
I voted against.
I made the motion. Okay, we're good there. Number 16, consider an act of declaring AED serial number, long number from community center as scrap and related matter. I don't know if there's much to discuss on that, but I'll make a motion to declare the AED. That's the one we pulled out, the AED put work in, automatic defibrillator is what that is. Commissioners. And we're getting a new one put in there, so. Yeah, so I'll make a motion to declare the AED as scrap. Do I hear a second?
I'll say,
I got a second from Commissioner Williams. All those in favor of declaring the AED at the community center scrap, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 17, budget discussions related matters. So our date for our certified numbers commissioners, I contacted again, Mr. Hall. He said we'll have it delivered on July the 20th from MCAT. And I was gonna propose we start doing some more workshops early next week or whatever works with everybody's schedule. So y'all have any dates that are better or worse? Are y'all gonna be out or? And I'll check with the treasurer too to verify her schedule.
we're gonna have a workshop on the 22nd that TAC is putting on for the road hands.
I was gonna say, isn't it
I'm out.
next week?
And then, yeah, and then,
I'm not-
Tom is doing the big,
Thursday.
on Thursday, the big clinic that's screwworm and beetles.
I'm out of school,
And I'm out of town that day for a seminar.
and I'm out of school, I'm out of school all that week.
Okay, all next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You figured that.
Yeah,
Where's y'all school this year?
I don't want to.
Okay. Good, good.
Like,
Good, good. Yeah, I saw
It's
that.
a fishing.
So, okay, well, we need to have some of this stuff. We need to start getting on some of these things we got, obligations we got to do, once we get these certified numbers, like salaries and salary agreements.
I'd like to talk to you about salary and salary stuff also.
Okay.
I don't know, this is the time or what.
Yeah, it's just ton.
Budget
But,
discussion.
I don't totally agree with the 4% sale, because I mean, but I would like for like our hourly people to do the 4%. I think, we ought to just give them $1 raise, cap across the board.
Okay.
Because, you know, we're so low, it's on 4%, ain't gonna get much.
Okay.
So I'd like to consider that. It's not picking on, the county attorney's assistant, but
Go ahead.
she's, Bill's worked out
Yes.
a raise for her, so I would like to exclude her from that, but your dollar salary, for all your hourly people,
Okay.
think that, but also for your salary people. I would like to see us do They'll stay and save you 4%, but do, straight across, do 2181 for everybody.
Oh, what?
Say that again.
To do 2181 straight across for everybody
Instead of 2040, I mean 2080?
instead of 4%.
Where's that coming?
Well, I'm lost.
4% be 22,
No.
That's not elected people.
No, I said, no, I said on the side for everybody's salary.
salary people.
Do 20,
Which are elected people,
Yeah.
right?
right,
But give everybody, our wage people the dollar to raise their
Dollar,
cap a dollar. And then I said for like the salary people to do 2180. 2181. Across the board on them.
Per year.
per year. He's just adding, yeah. And how did you come up with that?
Basically, I took the 4%, balanced it, added it out, and divided it by 12, it's called, there you go.
So you took an average of all the elected officials.
Right. Broke it up, 12.
So what he's doing, if y'all figure, what he's requesting is he doesn't want to do the percentage. Because this percentage affects the ones that make more, they get more on the percentage. So he's trying to do it as just a straight dollar fee.
I don't have a problem with that, cause that's always been the bill, the percentage is kind of the easy way to do it. But your lesser money people get less at a percentage raise than your more money people, so.
So Robert, how did you come up with the dollar an hour?
Well-
Explain that a little bit.
On the dollar hour one, I mean, I kind of, well, on the same basis, except, and it come up to 9, so stay within your 4%, come up to 93 cents. If you broke it down, I mean, I kind of went through everybody's deal, and it come up 93, and I mean, just like a dollar would be pretty easy, I mean, it's.
So
I'm
what
not
was,
saying to set in stone, I'm just, this is my,
But, and what about elected officials, what percent or what you said on elected officials?
well, I'm professional, I mean, I kind of, law average on it too, but I stayed inside 4%. It's all said and done.
Okay.
I mean, it's,
again, it would be nice to know what those numbers are gonna be. I completely understand what you're doing on the hourly employees. That will benefit the ones that are not making as much, make a little bit more, and the ones that are on a 4%, they would make a little bit less, but you're not talking but cents on this, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
What about, I know Friday's not a good time. Everybody booked up this Friday for any kind of,
I will not be in town Friday.
okay, it's not, like I said, that's not a good time. I figured it wasn't a good time, so.
Yeah.
Commissioner Head, I hate to do something without you being here, but we're sure to get going some things next week sometime. Why don't you come in my office, we'll visit, visit with the treasurer too, on some things, what you're proposing. And,
I mean-
but we need to get going. I know we got, definitely got, business to take care of, to continue education and everything. But I feel like we need to do something next week. Just get kind of caught up and everything.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday, I mean, after Tuesday afternoon would be fine for me. Monday's good.
Okay. Under Tuesday, good. I'll visit, with the
Wednesday.
treasurer, make sure her schedule's good and everything.
When are you leaving?
I'll leave Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
wait, so.
And Wednesday, I guess after lunch would probably be all right. I think Tom's thing will be over with, well, by lunch, so Thursday after lunch, so isn't it?
It's 9 to 11.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we could,
I would be free Wednesday afternoon. We got criminal court that morning, Bill. We got probably a big docket, but it won't be done by lunch.
1 o'clock or
yeah.
something like that on Wednesday.
Is that, well, I'll check again with the treasurer, make sure we're with her schedule. And, we'll tentative date then on, Wednesday, the 22nd at 1 p.m.
and so what else are we gonna discuss?
Well, we're gonna discuss these salaries and, I can start bringing in some of the non-departmental folks that are, y'all want to visit with. And whatever else y'all want to discuss.
So will this be a workshop or this will be a commissioner's court? Are we
I say
gonna-
be a workshop.
So it will not be recorded?
Well, we can or cannot, what are we gonna do?
I think whether we do it in commissioner's court or whether we do it in workshop, it needs to be recorded or.
Okay.
or Zoom.
Okay. We will do that.
I agree with,
To y'all, I mean, if
I
I think what-
I won't be arrested, so.
Robert says he will be quoted in any way.
you can watch,
I can watch you on Zoom.
Yeah, and I'll be quoted. Oh, we can sure do that. So what I'm hearing is, if it works, if everybody's scheduled possibly, Wednesday, July 22nd at maybe 1 p.m. And if that doesn't work, possibly the day before on Tuesday, the 21st. That'll work too. Okay, that'll work too, at 1 p.m. Okay. Which that'll be the 21st. Okay. Right. All right. Okay. So, moving on, commissioners' request and reports. Commissioner Sullivan, take it away.
We have been working on basically all the 500 roads in my precinct, 505, 506, 517, and 510, and they're just, the last big rain we got, it washed a bunch of places. And we've been trying to, we've laid it a little bit and then hauled a little bit and trying to straighten them up, but it still needs a lot of work. So, what we're working on.
Plenty to keep yourself busy, huh?
We're keeping it busy, that's what.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Head?
We started, FEMA project last Monday. We did, we hauled on, County 321, and we started hauling on County 333. We've, hauled about 100 loads into 300 loads project. So we're keeping the road busy.
All right. Commissioner Parton?
ain't got a thing going on.
Not done enough.
Now, we've, the new bridge on County Road 508 is open, but it has a lot of debris backed up against the side from the 7-inch rain. It ate out a lot of the dirt on the top side of the bridge. In contact with TxDOT to see if we're gonna do anything. I mean, the bridge is there. I stated 2 years ago in May when we had the big floods that a culvert style partition bridge was not good. Showed them videos. They're saying now that the reason it's a partition type bridge. Far land on each side, so that's supposedly the reason that it's there. I proposed to them to dig the dirt out on top and pour it full of concrete so that the water can't come over and eat the dirt out. Don't know if that's gonna happen. The bridge on 112 north of Lake Merritt that they've just started, looks like that. They've got their spear holes,
They're gonna
concreted in. It will be for pre-span. Still got some tree removal we're working on. And dealt with the deal on the boxcar. Did some hauling out of there, trying to help those guys. Just pretty well, except for ditch work, finished the FEMA project, which is 76704 E, which is everything east of Pretty, all of our county roads. And been doing a little blading. So. I got 2 guys scattered pretty thin. That's all.
That's all. Commissioner Williams, go ahead, sir.
We've been working on the 2 washouts on 408 and 508 and hauling material. Want to thank Dale for letting me use their dump truck. That made it a lot simpler on that route. And got that down in there. And if I can help you on we can reverse, and if you gotta get wrap over there on your boxcar area, let me know. I'll be glad to help you out there. One thing is, I know Robert just bought some tires on Fund 15. But we're gonna need, there's several other tires that need to be purchased. There's getting some pretty thin on some of these trailer tires and some of these truck tires. I did reach out. I got 3 bids here for different tires. I've got a copy for them. You guys look at them. And we can see if we can get some of these in. I was gonna see if Robert, you might reach out to Event and see what they might say and see if they have one. And I do know how to
Say again?
reach out to Event and see if we can get a bid maybe on these tires from them. And then maybe, cause I mean, we're gonna spend about $10,000 on tires. And then maybe the only other one I know is to get Billy Miller to maybe give a quote on them. For sure, but
Give me a list, no,
yeah, and y'all can take these and you can take these with you after court.
I know, some of the buck from the Davis 145, they about 350 apiece.
Yeah, one gentleman I got is over 400 a piece, so they vary. And so, I don't think you have to go by a certain brand because when you look at all these, they got so many different brands on them anyway, so, yeah, so, but.
He's got a little juicer tire, but I get the ones that. I don't like the little small studded ones, just kind of like a little bit more rubber studded. Well, I guess you said more bigger design. Thinking this may not tear up as bad as the little small studded ones like we used to get.
Right. Anyway, I just thought we'd put this in there. We need to get these ordered. I mean, I had 5. Now, 2 of them were on a pickup, but I had 5 blowouts last week. And so, and I know Robert's had a couple. We start driving on this hot road, it's gonna bring it up. So, y'all just, if they're getting a little thin, but
We'll get through the hall pretty quick for all.
yeah, I thought we'd be through last year, but we're not. So, okay. And, I will be out of pocket on this Friday. I'll be out of pocket on Thursday too, but other than that, and then I was we have the workshop next week. The ones that can be there, be there. This is a slip and fall training that TAC is putting on. TAC is doing this same training in like 3 or 4 counties around us, Judge. So
Yeah.
it's they kind of set it on their dates, and
That's the 22nd, right?
the 22nd in
Yeah,
the morning, and you have court that day.
Yes, we got
So
criminal court, so.
so we are moving it to the my county barn. It's already been posted, and we'll set up a TV and all that stuff out there.
Thanks for taking care of it.
And then what else was there? I guess that's it for right now, Judge.
Okay, number 19, what we're looking forward to, county judges report will be short. Flags will be flown at half staff this week. The order of the President of the United States, Mr. Malone, due to the passing of Senator Lindsey Nelson.
Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham, yeah, Senator Lindsey Graham, sorry, yeah, Lindsey Graham. And that's all I got. I'll make a motion, we conclude our Commissioners Court today, and the time is 10:23.
Second.
I made a motion, second by Commissioner Head. All those in favor of closing court, say aye. Aye. Commissioner Court closed. 10:23 a.m. if you need that. And I got a sign-in sheet, Shawnee, too. Thanks, everybody. Hello, Marcus, how are you?
Well, sir,
Are you
should I put the new plans like in the grand jury